Hello and welcome back to Podcast Century. I'm your host, Emma, and I am so excited for today's episode.
And I'm Alex. And yeah, Emma, I can really feel the energy today. We're diving into something we all experience, but maybe don't fully understand: the world of airports.
Exactly. That feeling of controlled chaos, the rush, the waiting, the excitement. We're going to pull back the curtain on the entire passenger journey, from the moment you leave your house to the second you buckle your seatbelt.
It's a huge operation, and we're going to make it make sense. So, where do we even begin? I feel like the airport journey starts way before you even see a runway.
Oh, 100%. The pre-game, if you will. The number one thing, and I cannot stress this enough, is checking your documents. Is your passport valid? Like, actually valid for 6 months after your travel date for a lot of countries.
Right, the 6-month rule. They get so many people. And visas. Do you need one? That's a trip ruiner right there if you forget. Then there's the luggage allowance. We've all played that game of sitting on our suitcase to get it to close.
Totally. And checking in online, it's a lifesaver. You get your boarding pass on your phone, you can pick your seat. It just smooths everything out for when you actually get to the airport.
Okay, so you've done your homework, you arrive at the airport. What's next? It's usually a sensory overload. The announcements, the people running around.
First things first, find your terminal and check-in desk. The big screens, the departures board, that's your best friend. It'll tell you which desk to go to for your airline.
And if you've checked in online but have a bag to check, you're looking for the bag drop line, which is usually way shorter than the full check-in line. It's a great little travel hack.
Yes, a huge time saver. So bags are dropped, you have your boarding pass. Now for everyone's favorite part, security screening.
Yeah, the great undressing. Laptops out, liquids in a tiny bag, belts off, sometimes shoes off. It feels like a weird ritual, but there's a reason for all of it.
Right. I mean, the scanners need a clear view of electronics because things can be hidden in them. And the liquids rule, that's all about preventing potential threats. It's all for safety, even if it is a bit of a hassle. My pro tip, wear slip-on shoes, always.
That makes sense. A very good tip. Okay, you're through security, you're putting your belt back on. What's next on this grand tour?
If you're on an international flight, it's passport control time. This is where they officially check you out of the country. It's usually pretty straightforward, especially with the new e-gates that scan your face and passport.
Yeah, the e-gates feel so futuristic. Beep boop, you're through. No more awkward small talk with the border agent.
And then you are officially airside. You've made it to the promised land of duty-free shops, overpriced food, and 1,000 gates that all look the same.
This is what I call the golden hour or two. You know, that weird time limbo where you just exist. My first move is always to find my gate, just so I know where it is. Then I can relax a bit.
Such a good call. Gate first, then coffee. It's the law. And finally, you see it on the screen. Boarding, the final hurdle.
The boarding process itself is its own little world, isn't it? With the zones and the groups. Everyone trying to get on first to claim that precious overhead bin space.
It's true. But once you're on, you find your seat, stuff your bag under the seat in front of you, and you can finally exhale. You've done it. You've conquered the airport.
It's a journey within a journey. So, we're talking about these massive places. It got me thinking, what are the biggest airports out there?
Ooh, good question. I looked this up. So in Europe, the busiest is Istanbul Airport in Turkey. It's a colossal hub connecting Europe and Asia.
Wow, Istanbul. Okay. What about the whole world, the global champion?
For years and years, it's been Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport in the US. It's just mind-bogglingly busy. Over 100 million passengers a year in normal times.
100 million. That's more than the population of most countries. Really puts into perspective why air travel is one of the most popular ways to get around.
Well, yeah, I mean, think about it. Speed and distance. There's just no other way to cross an ocean in a matter of hours. It has completely shrunk the planet, connecting people and places that were once worlds apart.
Totally. And that leads to the bigger picture, right? The actual impact of all this travel. It's not just about getting from A to B.
For sure. Let's start with the positive stuff. Economically, it's massive. Airports are huge employers. They fuel tourism, which supports hotels, restaurants, everything. And they're vital for global business and cargo.
I see. Economic connectivity. That's a huge one. And then there's the cultural side, the ability to go and experience a different culture, to see family across the globe, to study abroad. That cultural exchange is invaluable.
It makes us more tolerant, more understanding. It's hard to fear what you know, you know? But we do have to talk about the flip side. It's not all sunshine and tailwinds.
Right. The environmental impact is the big elephant in the terminal. Aviation is a significant source of carbon emissions, and that's a huge challenge the industry is grappling with.
Exactly. They're working on things like sustainable aviation fuels and more efficient aircraft, but it's a long road. And it's not just about the air. There's noise pollution for the communities living near airports. That's a real day-to-day issue for a lot of people.
Yeah, it's a complex balance. The benefits are undeniable, but so are the costs. It's something we all have to be aware of when we choose to fly.
Wow, we've really gone from the personal to the planetary in this episode. From the simple act of checking your passport at home to the complex global web of logistics, economics, and environmental impact. It's clear that the world of airports is so much more than just a place you pass through. And there's this whole other invisible world at the airport that makes it all happen. While we're stressing about our liquids bag, there's a massive hidden operation whirring away.
Absolutely. We see the pilots and the cabin crew, but they're just the tip of the iceberg. What's going on behind the scenes is just as fascinating, if not more so. For example, what happens to our checked baggage after it disappears on the conveyor belt?
It's a logistical masterpiece. Each bag gets a tag with a unique barcode, which is scanned at various points to direct it to the right plane. The bags travel on a complex network of conveyor belts, like a miniature highway system, and are sorted by machines that can handle thousands of bags per hour. It's all designed to get your bag from the check-in desk to the cargo hold of your plane with as few hiccups as possible.
And it's not just the bags that need careful coordination. The planes themselves are being watched over by an army of air traffic controllers. These are the people responsible for guiding planes safely through the skies and on and off the runways. They're like the conductors of a massive three-dimensional orchestra.
That's a great analogy. Air traffic controllers have to be incredibly skilled and focused, as they're often managing dozens of planes at once. They use radar and other technologies to keep track of each plane's position, and they communicate with pilots to give them instructions on everything from their flight path to their altitude.
And what about the people on the ground, the ones driving the little carts, loading the bags, and pushing the planes back from the gate? They're the unsung heroes of the airport, working in all kinds of weather to make sure that planes are ready for takeoff.
They really are. The ground crew is responsible for a huge range of tasks, from refueling the plane to de-icing the wings in winter. They're the ones who make sure that each plane is safe and ready for its next journey. And they do it all with incredible efficiency and precision. I once saw a team de-ice a plane in what felt like minutes in the middle of a snowstorm. It was like a perfectly choreographed ballet.
That's incredible. It's a whole city's worth of people and systems all working in concert. I remember one time my flight was delayed because of a catering issue. And at first I was annoyed, But then I thought about it. Someone has to cook all that food, load it onto tiny carts, and get it onto the right plane at the right time. A delay in that chain can throw everything off.
Exactly. It's a perfect example of the ripple effect. That catering company employs chefs, drivers, logistics coordinators, all part of this massive economic engine. When we talk about the economic benefits, it's not just the airlines. It's the millions of jobs in tourism, hospitality, manufacturing, and trade that depend on our ability to connect globally.
That's a great point. And on the cultural side, my entire worldview has been shaped by the places I've been able to visit. You learn so much more from spending a week in a new country than you ever could from a book. You learn that people everywhere have the same basic hopes and dreams. It really breaks down barriers.
For sure. But it does come at a cost, and I think it's easy to forget about the environmental side when you're excited about a trip. But the reality is, aviation is a major contributor to greenhouse gas emissions. We can't just ignore that. It's a classic case of progress having a price.
Yeah, it's a tough one. The industry's making strides with more fuel efficient planes and the development of sustainable aviation fuels, but we're a long way from a truly green flight. I think as consumers, we have a role to play too, maybe by choosing direct flights, packing lighter, or even offsetting our carbon footprint.
That's true. It's about making more conscious choices, and the conversation is shifting. I think we'll see a lot of innovation in this space in the coming years, driven by both industry and consumer demand. It's a complex puzzle, balancing the incredible benefits of air travel with its environmental responsibilities. I think this is a perfect summary, Alex. It's a massive, incredible, and complicated world, and hopefully we've all learned a little more about it today.
Definitely. I feel like I'll look at airports a little differently next time I fly. But yeah, that is all the time we have for today's episode. Do not forget to hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and make sure to subscribe so you won't miss out on new episodes. Bye bye.
Take care, everyone, and bye.